Like, don't I have some kind of good karma out there that you could throw me a bone, universe? Hey everybody! Oh God, where am I looking? Welcome back to my channel, and here we are just like that, back in my bathroom. It is 11 o'clock in the morning on cycle day 12 for me. For those of you who are new to my channel, I am praying for delayed ovulation this cycle because my husband does not get home from a work assignment until tomorrow morning, and we are deep into my fertile window. I should have, in normal cycles, already have ovulated by today. But I had some weird things going on last cycle and this cycle and whatever, and I really do think that my chances of ovulating later are pretty high. So we are praying for a negative ovulation test right now. We want a negative, not a positive. Interestingly enough, I posted a video yesterday where I took a live OPK and I was so excited to see that it was negative. And then I filmed another clip like an hour later, and it was starting to look a lot more positive than I had originally thought. And that is because I am an idiot. And I only waited 5 minutes for the test strip to process, and I forgot that with one step, you need to wait 10 minutes. So I originally got super excited to see an almost completely blank negative test strip, and then got a little concerned when I saw that it was much darker when I looked at it an hour later. And that's because I didn't wait to let it process the whole time. But with all that said, something really strange has happened. And I'm going to flip the camera around to show you all what I'm talking about. So check this out. This is my one-step OPK line progression situation. And with my Wandfo OPKs, my negative lines are a lot darker than these one-step ones, but whatever, I'm just getting rid of this brand for the time being. So this was my afternoon test yesterday at 4:30 p.m. That I had filmed live yesterday, and I started to get really concerned by how dark that line looked. But look what happened at 8:30 that night. It went almost completely blank again, and if I can reach while I film, I couldn't believe it. And so I took another one at 10 p.m. last night, and it was the exact same result, almost totally negative. Now, I know that line color variances are very normal. I see it all the time in the TTC groups on Facebook, but I've never experienced something like this before, particularly with my one steps. And I'll just go back and show previous cycles where I've used one step. I think they were both in January. So this was my first cycle in January. I had 2 in January. Sorry for all these little dog hairs, by the way. I can't help it. We have so many animals in this house. But I go from like super negative to super positive. There was not even 24 hours between these 2 tests. And then again, I did another cycle in January where again, I went super negative to like super positive overnight. And these 2 tests, you know, only had something like, what, 16 to 18 hours between them? I don't know. I can't math right now. I'm showing this because it is very odd for me to have all these super blank positives and then show a result like this followed by another negative. I've never experienced that before. It's always been negative, 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 and then positive. So I thought, oh, maybe I caught the very, very beginning of my surge, and by the evening time, I'm gonna have a full-on positive. But that's not the case. So I'm sure there's some physiological explanation for that, but I'm just not, you know, smart enough to know it. But that is where we stand right now. I have been almost as antsy to take this stupid OPK this morning as I am to take like pregnancy tests. You know, I just want to know, I want to get it over with, and I want to know if I'm going to peak out today or not. If I could buy myself even just one extra day that could increase our conception odds so much. My dream would be that I don't get a positive OPK until Sunday, because that way my husband and I could baby dance on Saturday, and then I get my positive OPK on Sunday, we can baby dance that day, and then I ovulate on Monday. It just depends on what the universe wants to give me. I'm okay with it either way, but I would so love for the universe to be on my side right now. Like, don't I have some kind of good karma out there that you could throw me a bone, universe? Anyway, I'm going to be taking this little test right now, and we will see. And we will wait the full 10 minutes this time and not be idiots and only wait for half the processing time to go. Okay, I have not looked once again. This is all going to be a big reveal. So stupid. All right, 1, 2, 3, go. Oh, no. Oh, okay. Shoot. All right, well, I mean, this is not a positive test. However, I kind of feel the need to verify this with a wand foe, because although this doesn't say it's positive, I also know this brand is kind of like bleh. I need to take a wand foe just to see if I can trust these one-step results, so let's do that right now. Let me flip the camera around. Once again, thanks for nothing, one step. Oh, I shouldn't say that, but if I were to go off of one step, that is not a positive test result. The line is not yet the same color as the control line, but it's also like sort of the same color on the outside, but not the inside, so screw that quality. I guess you could also say, when I zoom in this far, that the wand foe also isn't technically fully positive right now. So, I'm just gonna say this is not a positive OPK. If I go off of my patterns in the past, I ovulate generally like 24 hours after I get a positive OPK. So, I guess the plan then is to, like, attack my husband the second he comes home on Saturday morning, tomorrow. I think he's supposed to get home somewhere between 6:30 and 7, and he's going to be exhausted and not wanting to do anything, and I'm going to need to find a way to get it done if we want any hope, any chance of conceiving the cycle. I do know that it does not take long for sperm to make the journey through the uterus. I've read that it can take some sperm like 30 minutes to do the journey. I've also read that it can take like 2 hours. But supposing I were to like peak out with my OPKs in a couple hours, and then I ovulated 24 hours after that, like in a perfect world, that would give us until like noon tomorrow before I ovulated. And then you have like what, 12 to 24 hours for the egg to be fertilized before it dies. So if we get it done the second he comes home tomorrow, and if we're able to maybe get it done again, maybe like a few hours later, maybe that's enough. Maybe that's enough to just, you know, put some fresh, healthy sperm up there, and, you know, all it takes is one time. That's all it takes is one time. So, anyway, that's it for now, you guys. Stay tuned, and I guess I will post an update later.